Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kryptonian saying here, bringing you guys a review for One Piece chapter 927. And I gotta say, for a setup chapter, this was actually pretty damn fun to read. Again, you guys know how I feel. I really enjoy these chapters that deal with the Straw Hats, and you see the character interactions, and you just to see how all these characters seamlessly tend to kind of interweave with one another, and for a cast this big and for it to not feel as forced, it's one of those things where I just really appreciate the writing that Oda is able to do, because you know, too often in series you get these chapters, you get these episodes where it's like you see three characters on screen and you can tell that like the writer just needs each of them to say something, like they have all the same damn dialogue. You could take the 3 lines of dialogue that all 3 of them said and just put it into 1 or 2 sentences and just give it to one character to say. And so I like how with the Straw Hats, all of them have their own individual personalities and quirks, and the dialogue just feels like you're watching like a natural conversation taking place amongst friends. So I thought that this was cool, man. So, you know, the chapter opens up, you got, you know, the Straw Hats that are undercover. So you got like Nico Robin, and you got Franky, and you got Usopp. They're all eating Sanji's cooking. Sanji got this bomb ass restaurant going on. Everybody just cooking and eating, and you know, even Usopp's like, man, it's been so long since I've had Sanji's food. This is so amazing. This is so cool. I like how with Nico Robin's just kind of sitting there taking in the sights and pleasures. And it's one of those times where when I was watching Nico Robin and she's smiling and she's talking to the Straw Hats, like my mind immediately went back to what you got with Annie's Lobby and Water 7. It's just like, damn, Nico Robin almost threw all this away. She almost died during that time, and if she would have died back then, she never would have got to experience what you're seeing right here. And so this was a nice payoff for me when it comes to Nico Robin. Oda, maybe it's just me, but Oda kind of drew up those feelings in me when I see Nico Robin. So I thought that that part was cool, and I like how, you know, when you get this moment where Usopp's like, damn, man, you got way too many women in here, man. You know, we should be attracting samurai. At first, when you saw those samurai that were jumping to the top of the line, I'm like, damn, okay, Sanji's plan actually worked. Okay, I give Sanji a pass, because I was like, man, Sanji acting like an incel right now, man. Like, he's just looking to sniff some pussy, man. And so I thought it was cool that, you know, you get this moment where, you know, Sanji is kind of, you know, geeking out and everything and doing his, you know, usual playful flirting and all that. My man got all the pussy coming up to him, and then these two skip to the front of the line. And I like how as this goes on, you know, they're giving Sanji just indirect threats, just saying like, hey man, you know, how dare you open up shop on our turf? And that's one of those times where I said, yo, like, that is some street shit right there, man. You know, Oda over in Japan, Oda don't know nothing about, you know, what, you know, working the corner and everything. But, you know, that's one of the things where I'm like, yo, you know what? Like, that do make a lot of sense right there, man. Like, if you pushing weight on somebody else's corner, you know, or if you trying to get on somebody's corner, the way you eliminate the competition is you literally eliminate the competition. And so I'm like, damn, this make a lot of sense right here. They saying like, yo, you want to go through and do your little shop and everything, that's cool, but you're gonna have to pay a tax. And Sanji's like, man, I'm plenty tough myself. I don't need none of your help. I'm like, damn, hold on a second. They don't need to draw any attention to themselves, man. You know, Sanji's supposed to be blending in. And I like how the moment that they start wrecking the shop, Sanji, he ain't say nothing yet. He ain't say nothing yet. Even Nico Robin looking at it saying like, you know, these are people we might not want to fuck with, man, you know, but hey, we'll just kind of play it out, see where it's going. And then you get this moment where once they spill the food, even Usopp says, oh shit, we better move it too, because spilled food, this is what gets Sanji the most pissed off. And, you know, this motherfucker Franky, man, you know, this dude looking like, yo, shit, hold on. It's like that. We about to throw down. Hold on, Franky put the bowl down. Franky like, yo, we about to go in right now, man. And what I like here is the fact that, you know, Sanji's just smoking the cigarette. Sanji looks so fucking pissed at this point. And before anything happens, Sanji says like, yo, I'm gonna make you eat all of that. And it's once again one of those times where for me the nostalgia hits, because this is like, wait a second, like Sanji don't waste food, and it's because of what happened to him when he was on Zeph's shift. Like I think it was like around chapter 40 or 50 when you had like the flashback where Sanji was on that island with Zeph, and he was thinking back to the times when he was on that previous ship and making fun of the cooks for eating food that was getting ready to go into the trash and leftovers. And I would say, you never know when you're gonna get your last meal. And Zeph actually ate his leg in order to allow Sanji to be able to eat food and have nourishment. So Sanji, for him, I think it was 80 days out there in the wilderness. So for him, this is one of those times where, you know, Sanji's like, yo, you don't waste food. You know, this isn't something that you kind of mess around with right here. And, you know, Sanji, when he takes his foot and just starts stomping the dude's head in and making him grovel and eat the food, that's one of those times where I looked at that shit, man, and I said, yo, this might blow their whole cover up. But that's all right with me right there, especially given the fact that it's like, wait a second, you got a little kid. The little kid ended up not getting her food and everything. Like, Sanji had to show up before reinforcements can show up. You know, Franky suplexed this motherfucker. I thought that that was pretty damn cool. And I like how Sanji goes over to the little girl and he says like, yo, you know, I only got one bowl of these ramen noodles left, but that's okay. You can have it. And, you know, just to see those tender moments right there, just to see those tender moments, that's one of those times where even if you don't like Sanji, you got to respect what he just did right there, because that's some straight stand-up shit right there, man. I thought that that was pretty damn awesome. And I like how Sanji, when he hands it to her, you know, Oda shows the bowl where Sanji's putting that ramen in there, and then Sanji is just kneeled down and on one knee, almost like he's presenting like a wedding ring to a grown woman, because he's on a knee, but he's actually giving food. And the reason why I thought that that pose is so interesting, where, you know, Oda's got one knee, where he's down on one knee and he's, you know, handing that over, you know, it's an expression of love. You know, Sanji's love language is, you know, in my opinion, it is, you know, giving, and being able to cook somebody a meal like that, that's the same thing as a wedding ring. Now, I'm not saying Sanji's going on some pedo stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying it's symbolic in that same gesture. And so I thought that that was a very heartwarming moment right there. I think that that's maybe why I started thinking back to Kid Sanji and Nico Robin when she was on her island and kind of having to run and do all these horrible things in order to stay under the cover of the world government. You know, I thought that, you know, having that little child right there, that triggered a lot in me now that I'm thinking about it. And I like how, you know, they're getting the interactions. Nico Robin's like, she's such a beautiful little girl. And then you find out that, like, wait a second, this huge pop star that's in Wano, I'm using the term loosely, they didn't refer to as a pop star, but, you know, this huge pop star that is in Wano, you know, that's her little sister. And so I thought that, you know, I was cool. And I think that that's Oda basically setting that up to where, you know, when shit hits the fan, you know, Sanji's probably going to get bailed out because of this person that is the little girl's the little girl's sister. So I thought that that was cool, man. I thought that was cool how Oda kind of set that up. And, you know, the chapter ends off with, you know, everybody in the flower capital, and they're saying like, hey man, you know, we got beat up by this cook, and he says, hey, contact Queen, we gonna settle this right now. So I thought that that was an appropriate way to end it off, man. It says at the end of the chapter, One Piece is gonna be on break. You know, I could probably see why people would probably be pissed off when this went on break, because this isn't one of those chapters where you're like, oh shit, I love it, mediocre chapter. Like I could hear all this shit. I could probably hear all that shit. You know, for me, I thought it was cool. I give this chapter 8 out of 10, to be honest with you. So my chapter question to you guys is, when you look at the various Straw Hats and you had to look at their different love languages, what do you think each person's love language is? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Have an awesome day, guys.